This meeting is called to order. Good evening, and welcome to the April 27th, 2023 meeting of the Southeast Delco Board of School Directors. Let us all stand to salute the flag and have a moment of silence. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
thank you. Mr. Butler, may we have a roll call, please?
Yes, you may, Madam President. Ms. Perry,
Present.
Ms. Monroe,
Present.
Ms. Woodfolk,
Present.
Ms. Harris Johnson,
Present.
Mr. Fowler is excused. Mrs. Washington,
Present.
Mrs. Abney,
Present.
Dr. Winder,
Present.
Mr. DiOrio,
Present.
Mr. Butler, present. I'd like for the to be noted in the record that there were two names that I did not call. Those positions will, according to the agenda, will be vacant, and that would be Mrs. Peter Coey and Ms. Crawley.
Thank you. And we want to acknowledge them and thank them for their service to the Southeast Delco School District. We have a couple of congratulations. We want to say congratulations to Academy Park Junior Aisha Coulibaly. She's won the 2023 Making a Difference Award for the Southeast Delco School District. Aisha was nominated for the work she's put in developing the Knights Chamber at Academy Park High School. She's provided hygiene products, school supplies, and clothing resources to students in need for free. Aisha has made a positive and lasting impact on the lives of many of her fellow students here at Academy Park, and her thoughtfulness and entrepreneurship serves as a reminder that anything is possible when effort and a genuine passion to make a difference come together. So we want to thankfully and graciously congratulate Aisha Coulibaly, and I hope I pronounced her name correctly. Can we congratulate her? Thank you all. In addition, we would like to acknowledge a couple of professional employees who have retired with the district. We want to acknowledge Ms. Catherine McClowski. She was a kindergarten teacher at the Kindergarten Center, and she served the district for 32 years. We also want to acknowledge Ms. Carol Wilson, a special education teacher at Academy Park High School, and she served the district very well for 17 years. Thank you very much to those. We hope and pray that you enjoy your retirement. Thank you so much for your service and contribution to the district. Okay, thank you. In addition, more good news, we have 3 educators who will be receiving the Making a Difference Award. They are Miss Ashley Chamberlain, Miss Maria Toner, and Mr. Sean McDougall. So we want to acknowledge them and congratulate them for receiving awards for their great service to the district. Oh, okay. We have one more that we'd like to share. All right, thank you so much, Dr. Winder. Colleen DiMaggio, she's also receiving the Citadel Award for her service and contribution as an educator in the district. So congratulations to her as well. We had some executive sessions. They were held on March 23rd, 2023 on personnel and Legal Matters. Also on April 20th, 2023, on Personnel and Legal Matters, and April 27th, 2023, on Personnel and Legal Matters. Our student representatives will not report this evening. Dr. Winder, would you like to share your superintendent's report?
Yes, thank you. It is time for us to have our update, our quarterly update for the comprehensive plan. I also just want to remind everyone, as you come to the mic or as you're speaking, we did receive notice from a few people that they could not hear certain people's remarks. So we definitely need to make sure that we speak into the mic, because that's not something Mr. Kitchen and Mr. Evans can fix. Okay, so our update is for this quarter, and we include always the mission and the vision statements. They're posted, the educational values, as well as for the community, for the administrators, the teachers, the parents, and the students. And then we get to our goals, which is what we need to give updates on. So the first goal is dealing with strategies to increase student attendance. We have been talking in several of our meetings that in order to increase instruction and achievement, we definitely got to make sure that the students are here to receive it. So the first section is the parent conferences. Then we have perfect attendance, and then improve attendance. So for our family engagement, we list by school the amount of parents that have been contacted just for attendance, and then the amount of meetings that had to be held. So some families may have been contacted through a letter. Some parents may have been contacted through Class Dojo, and some parents have been actually spoken with on the phone. And then there were some parents that there needed to be some type of follow-up meeting. So when we look at our schools overall for family engagement, there were 460 total parent contacts regarding attendance for second marking period, and 183 meetings regarding attendance. Next, we talked about perfect attendance, and what we wanted to do there is start rewarding the students for making an effort, and it starts over for each marking term. So we wanted them to know maybe you had missed a day or two first marking period, but you could still get perfect attendance for second marking period. This quarter, we had 245 students with perfect attendance for the marking period. Then we had improved attendance, which doesn't start until the second quarter, because this goal compares marking period attendance for marking period 1, and then meetings are held with students to challenge them to improve their attendance. And this is a list of, we had a total of 460 students that improved their attendance from marking period 1 to marking period 2. So kudos to all of those students. And then we go on to our next goal. And this goal is talking about hiring and retaining high-quality leaders and staff. Under that, we have our new teacher induction, we have our job fairs, we have our curriculum professional development. Our new teachers, we reported out on that in the last term, and we met our target there, and that was closed out. But we still have our job fairs, and the job fairs are listed here are all the job fairs that were since our last presentation in February, and the human resources, as well as our cabinet, and Miss Hudson and Dr. Tapper. We are all signed up to attend, whether it be virtually or on campus, the various job fairs. We've had some success, and actually, some of the people from the job fairs have been hired. So we will continue to look for job fairs as well as attend job fairs whenever they are announced. Next, we have our professional learning and curriculum. And one of the things that the principals have been doing for about a year now is having instructional rounds where they go to one building, everyone is there together, the administration, and they do some rounds into classrooms, look at instruction, and talk about all of the things that they saw and even things that maybe we need to provide some professional development to help improve. We've had one since the last meeting that we had in February. And then we've had 2 principal meetings, which is a follow-up after the instructional rounds, where there can be a more collaborative conversation about instruction in its totality. And so as we're doing that, we're hoping to build a capacity in our administrators as well, because they're taking time to collaborate, share ideas and strategies to help our district move forward. And then since the last presentation, we've had some professional development, a session 2 on smart technology, some more K-8 math series, K-5 ELA refresher, and middle grades calculator sessions, just to name the most current ones. For professional learning in our school PLCs, which is our professional learning communities, the schools are using this time to offer many PD sessions and to collaborate together with the teachers and share strategies. So here you have a list of a variety of offerings that they're having based on the needs in their building. And so we have put them under topics or contents of assessment, curriculum, high-quality instruction, social, emotional learning, and data analysis. The research says these are some of the top 5 areas that we need to be looking at if we want to become high-quality educational institutions. So we are trying to ensure and keep a gauge on if we are having professional development in those areas. Our next goal is professional development to build capacity in our staff. And so this goal covers professional learning again and continuous improvement of instruction. So the professional learning, we saw that in the previous goal, because professional learning is a part of quite a few of the goals, and they overlap and intertwine. But for continuous improvement, outside of just having the smart technology, the K-8 math series, the K-5 ELA in the middle grades, we also have had a math framework preview where the teachers have had the opportunity to look at the units that are being prepared for us. We've done some expressive arts, common planning. We've looked at some science standards and inquiry-based learning for science as well as social studies. And we also, of course, had to make sure that everyone was trained in order for our state testing. So these are the things in each of these reports that have been done since we last met in February. The next goal, we looked at strategies to support our students with mental health. And we have our, once again, professional learning for social-emotional learning, social-emotional learning services, providing services, as well as providing supports to our students. First, for the professional learning, we are just about finished this year but we've already started planning for the fall and the summer, some refresher courses on our restorative practices, which is our secondary, and our responsive classrooms, which is our elementary staff. And then our coordinators of climate and our building administration will get a refresher this summer as well as in the fall. So we're hoping to see our implementation continue to increase and improve as we provide the resources that the staff need in order to feel comfortable. We did talk about, I want to say November, December, some staff felt that they needed more to feel comfortable with doing some of the morning circles and other activities. So we're working to increase the learning there so that they can get to a comfort level. Social emotional learning support is we wanted to ensure that each school was able to provide supports to their students. So the schools have reported, the reports that I have each student by name. I've condensed everything for you all, but each student by name, as well as the supports that they've been given. And then I pretty much took the supports and just listed everything that the school is doing and the number of students that they are seeing. And what we just did, we had a Senate last week where all the administrators from the building, as well as the instructional administrators in this building, we went through, we looked at the supports, and it allows the administrators to see what other schools are doing, to actually discuss what's going on, and actually, some of them were able to increase their list of what they had because they were actually felt that they were doing some things that they hadn't included. It was something that they normally do, and they did not really realize that, hey, that's providing resources and supports. So we have that listed by schools, that's Delcroft and Harris, and then we have the kindergarten center and Sharon Hill, and that's all of the schools there. And then last, we have our upcoming dates, as this is quarterly, July 27th of 2023 is the next update, and then the rest are listed based on board meeting or committee of the whole dates to let you know where we are quarterly, as well as we have planned for our summer retreat with our administration. We already have begun the planning stages for that, and time has been set aside to look at the comprehensive plan as well as all the data collection tools that we are using to report out to see if we need to provide some tweaks to any of our data collection tools, or if we need to add some more, something totally different to help us meet the goals. Remember, this plan is a 3-year plan, and we are striving at the end of the 3 years to look back and have seen some growth and some success in the things that we targeted. At this time, questions for me? Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Winder. Thank you for focusing on continued improvement. Do I have a motion to approve the April 27th, 2023 agenda as submitted?
So moved. Second.
Can I just,
Yes, sir.
I'd like to draw your attention to just one correction before the vote takes place. Drawing your attention to page, it would be page 567. It is the last item under item 3, and just a minor correction. It should be Mr. Brian Stevens at the top of the page. Thank you. And that was it. It's just a correction.
I second them.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Do I have a motion to approve minutes for the March 23rd, 2023?
Motion.
Second.
Any opposed? I'm sorry, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Do I have a motion to approve the treasurer's report? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Are there any questions on the bills? Do I have a motion to approve the bills for the payment in the amount of $408,309.33?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Are we skipping the treasurer's report?
No.
Okay.
Are there any questions on education items 1 through 10? Are there any questions on, yes,
Okay,
you have?
okay, okay.
Okay, finance, finance items 1 through 4. Any questions?
Any questions on what?
Finance items 1 through 4, looking at page 565. Are there any questions on human resource items 1 through 16? Are there any questions on policy items 1 through 4? There are no property items.
Madam President, before
Yes, sir.
proceeding, I'm not certain as to whether or not there, on your sheet, there is, under new business,
Yes. Yes.
it may not be on your sheet.
No, there's not.
Okay, so, yeah, so, under new business, before we proceed to education items, new business would be the resignation of current Board of Directors. If you don't mind, I'll read that.
That's fine.
Okay. So, again, under new business, resignation of current Board of Directors. Item 1, accept the resignation of Southeast Delco School Board Member Mrs. Vernell Peter Coey, effective April 20th, 2023. And can I have a motion? And a
So
second?
move. Second. Turn your mic on, please. Second.
All in
All
favor?
Okay, thank you. Perfect.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, and item 2, accept the resignation of Southeast Delco School Board Member Ms. Dawn Crawley, effective April 24th, 2023.
So move. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you. Are there any public comments regarding agenda items?
No. I have one.
Yes? Okay.
Hello, my name is Amy Kessler. I'm sorry I'm not there to speak in person tonight, but I'm on bereavement leave. I am a school counselor at the Kindergarten Center. Before the K Center, I was a special education teacher at Sharon Hill School. This is my 17th year as an educator in the Southeast Delco. My heart is in this district, but I'm really getting disheartened when I keep seeing new staff members starting out on a higher step than me and other veteran teachers in the district. I completely understand that it's now a very competitive market, and frankly, this isn't the place for everybody, but it still feels like an insult to my loyalty when I see a new school counselor to our district being hired on step 13 when I'm stuck on step 12, when I've worked here for 17 years. Steps are the same as years, so I'm being paid for working here 12 years when a new hire is getting paid 13 years and making more money than me. I don't work here for the money, but it's completely unfair when new hires are coming and being paid at a higher step than our career educators. I know this is because of past teacher contracts that have step freezes, but it still doesn't make it right. Teachers are leaving our district in droves and getting paid for their years elsewhere. Southeast Delco is paying new staff members for their years, yet the people that chose to stay still stay here and work aren't getting the same. It just makes me sad. This is also creates a divide among old and new staff. I do not blame the new staff members for being paid what they deserve, but I wish we were given the same respect. Please consider putting us all on our current steps. I know this has come up at past meetings, and there is concern since we are a low-income district, but it may not cost as much as you think, and staff retention should be worth it. Thank you. That is all.
Ms. Monroe, what's that? Her name is April Kessler. I think,
Ms. Kessler, yes.
I thought you said Amy Kessler.
Oh, I didn't think I said her first name.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. April Kessler.
Okay. Did you want to respond or follow up with her?
We'll follow up with her.
Okay, thank you.
These two can technically go either way. I'm going to put these two under HR so that they can go as on agenda. Janine Bristow McDonald.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I spoke last month about the role of the school counselors in the 1 to 8 schools and our caseloads. 3 minutes was not enough time for me to voice all my concerns. As the school board considers the budget for next year, I hope they will consider adding school counselors to the 1 to 8 buildings. Much of the focus this year has been about supporting Academy Park students, and I believe we are pushing our K to 8 students to the back of the line. As a school counselor, I believe that if we offer our students and families more support in the younger years, they will have better skills to navigate their world during adolescence, AKA high school. These students deserve the same consideration as our high school students. My role is different in the 1 to 8 school from the high school, but it is just as important. This board agreed to look at the caseload of the school counselors at the high school level, but did not consider the demands of the other buildings. Our students are the future Academy Park students, and they should be valued just as much. The recommended caseload by the American School Counselor Association and the Pennsylvania School Counselor Association is a caseload of 250 per one school counselor. Again, I am Janine Bristow McDonald. I am the only school counselor at Delcroix School, and my current caseload is currently 613 as of today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Michelle Giangulio.
Good evening, Michelle Giangulio. I'm a teacher at Knight Academy. And I was looking at the data that was on the screen with the superintendent's report about the social emotional learning supports. And my school, for the first quarter, 0 students were supported, according to that data. My school, for the second quarter, 2 students were supported, according to that data. We don't have the supports that we need. We are the school that gets the kids who have the issues, all right? So one of the things I was thinking, we could really use a social worker, all right? Because our kids, they don't have anybody to talk to. And if we take the time to talk to them, which we do, that's instructional time that's gone. Because we can't do both jobs. So I'm asking if there's a possibility. All right, and also tomorrow, okay, tomorrow we have 2 teachers taking personal days, and it's the last day for another teacher. And as Ms. Perry said at Committee of the Whole, we don't have enough bodies. What are we doing with those kids tomorrow? How do we cover those classes? So we also could use a building sub because the other schools have building subs. We don't have a building sub. I also saw there that every school has a climate coordinator. Knight Academy does not have a climate coordinator. So we would like to be put on the same level as the other schools, just thought of the same way. So if we could be incorporated that way, that would really be great. That's it, I think. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Do I have a motion to approve education items 1 through 10?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Do I have a motion to approve finance items 1 through 4?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Do I have a motion to approve human resource items?
So moved.
Second.
Hold on. Items 1 through 16.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Do I have a motion to approve policy items 1 through 4?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. I did. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Winder. All right, Ms. Woodfolk, do you have a report on the Delaware County Community College?
No, not at this moment. Thank you.
Ms. Monroe Woodsett, do you have a report on the Delaware County Intermediate Unit?
Not at this time.
Ms. Perry, do you have a report on the Parent-Student Advisory Committee?
Yes, I do. Thank you, Madam President. So the last meeting of the Parent-Student Advisory Committee was held on April 19th. We did meet at Darby Township as well as on Zoom. We did have a few people in attendance in person and a few dozen on Zoom. Presentations were given on both the Act 158 graduation requirements for all high schoolers, as well as a presentation on what's families of students transitioning from kindergarten to first grade could expect. And as usual, we also shared school and local events. At the end of the meeting, we had an open discussion about how to grow the committee moving forward into next school year. We discussed ideas for attending school events like back to school night to recruit to the committee, as well as topics that could be shared in the future. We also discussed adding parents and students to the committee to grow it. The meeting itself can be found and watched on the district's YouTube page, and all of the presentations can be found and downloaded on the district's website under the calendar event. The next meeting will be held during the summer, and the date is to be determined. Since school will be closed, the meeting will most likely be available only on Zoom. As always, I'm open to suggestions and ideas, and you can feel free to contact me at any time to share your ideas for this committee. And before I close, I do want to give a quick shout out to the musical program. This year, they have children's from grades 3 all the way to seniors. And if you haven't seen the show yet, there's 3 more shows this weekend. And if you've only seen the show once, I highly recommend you see it a second time to see the alternate cast. The shows for this weekend will be Friday night at 7, Saturday and Sunday at 2 p.m. And the program is saying goodbye to some really amazing seniors this year, and your last chances to see them performing on the Academy Park stage are at the Friday and Sunday shows. And that completes my report. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Ms. Perry. Mr. DiOrio, do we have a solicitor's report this evening?
Not this evening, Madam Chairman.
Thank you. Is there an administrative update?
Yes, there is. At this time, I'm going to call Mrs. Ball Carpenter.
Good evening. I am Susan Carpenter, and I teach 11th grade English at Academy Park. A few years ago, my grade level partner, Jessica Crenti, and I realized that our students were having trouble connecting with the material we were reading, so we revamped our American literature course. We like to now call English 3 the literature of revolution and change. As we study the work of some of America's great thinkers, speakers, and writers, we study how they used language and literature to promote change in their time. As part of our course of study, the students identify an issue in society that they feel requires change. They conduct research of the problem, gathering factual information and checking on experts' recommendations before making a proposal. This semester, our students created websites to share their information so they could reach a wider audience. Tonight, two of my students would like to share some proposals to address issues that they see affecting Southeast Delco School District. So first, I'm going to call Fatima Alghani up to the podium.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Fatima Alghani. I am a student at Academy Park High School. Here to talk to you about an important topic, teens vaping and smoking. Several times, students have complained about other students vaping in school bathrooms. Students are easily influenced by advertisement they see online and the vape stores popping up in neighborhoods. This makes curious teens want to try it. Teenagers also pressure each other into trying to do things that are not good for them. They want to seem cool. Please allow me to share some data with you. All right. 2.14 million high school students and 380,000 middle schoolers use e-cigarettes. 85% of those students prefer flavored e-cigarettes. 27% of those students smoke daily. University of Michigan alum Dr. Richard Mitch led a study that found that vaping leads to nicotine use and addiction. So we see that teens are not vaping as an alternative to nicotine. It's their introduction to nicotine. He says vaping affects brain development, other health issues, and leads to addiction. Here, all right, okay. Here in this chart, we can see that percentage of tobacco use increase as young teens get older. In 2018, we have seen 30% of teens use tobacco products, according to one source. Ladies and gentlemen, I propose introducing programs that warn students and give teens help to quit vaping. The American Lung Association offers a program called the Vaping Free Schools Initiative. This program comes to schools, provides education, and provides tools to continue that education after they're gone. Another program Another program offered by the American Lung Association is the Not on Tobacco program. This is a voluntary quit smoking program for teens ages 14 to 19 that lasts 10 weeks. Teens seek out the reason why they choose vaping and learn health alternatives. Finally, there's the in-depth program. This stands for Nicotine Dependence Education, Prevention, Tobacco, and Health. This program consists of 4 50-minute sessions geared towards tobacco use among teens. Participants work either one-on-one with a facilitator or in a group setting in schools. I conclude by thanking you for allowing me to speak here this evening about the problem of vaping. Every teen will encounter an opportunity to vape with their peers. I propose that we take a proactive approach to provide information about how vaping hurts growing young minds and empower them to make the right choices without any hesitation. And thank you.
She practiced so hard.
Very well done. Very well done.
All right, please welcome Joshua Jones.
Hello, my name is Joshua Jones, and I'm a student at Academy Park High School, and I have autism. And I also have a question. What is autism? Truth is, not a lot of people actually know what it is. That's pretty unfortunate. 1% of the population has been diagnosed with autism. That's more than 75 million people. That's more people now than California and Texas combined. It's also far too many people to just not understand properly. A large portion of the confusion surrounding autism is because of the misconceptions and stereotypes. Things such as autistic people aren't empathetic, or only boys can be autistic, aren't harmful themselves, but are still wrong and can lead to harmful behaviors, such as assuming someone doesn't have autism because they're a girl. This, among other things, creates a disconnect between people on the spectrum and the neurotypical, causing the autistic in this situation to feel lonely. That's a pretty sad truth, but it's not all bad. In recent years, autism has slowly been moving further and further into the public eye, and a lot of that can be attributed to the relatively new holidays. Autism Awareness Day and Autistic Pride Day, celebrated on April 2nd and June 18th, respectively, have helped immensely on educating the public about autism and many things relating to it. Which brings me to my proposal. I suggest that we, Southeast Delco, officially recognize and celebrate these holidays and use them as a way to inform the students and teachers of our district. We could even take it a step further and celebrate Autism Awareness Month, similarly to how we recognize Black History Month. Whichever way we choose to celebrate, I believe it would go a long way to not only inform the people of our district about autism, but also make the lives of the autistic among us that much easier. And with that, I hope you will consider my proposal, and I thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you both for bringing these matters to our attention. We look forward to considering them. Thank you so much. Excellent work. Congratulations. Are there any public comments regarding non-agenda items?
No.
Okay, thank you. Announcement for future meetings of the board. Our upcoming committee of the whole meeting is Thursday, May 18th, 2023. You will hear more information regarding the May 18th date. The committee of the whole meeting is at 6 p.m. Also, our board business meeting is Thursday, May 25th, 2023 at 7 p.m. Do I have a motion to
So
adjourn?
moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Meeting is adjourned. Thank you. Have a great night.